lot of people saying that these days. Lots of people saying, what the is going on?
Yeah.
Man, there's been a few busy days in the news.
Yeah.
Lots of things going on. Welcome to the next episode of Fantasy Headliners.
What's good?
Jay Cutler back in the NFL as the Dolphins quarterback.
Holy smokes.
I'm kind of at a loss for words.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Jay Cutler.
Yeah. I could think of like 1,000 captions, that could cover, Jay Cutler, but it's not safe for TV. But it's going to be intriguing, man. I mean, me personally, I don't know if he's going to, the answer for Miami, but he's a little bit better than Matt Moore.
He's a little bit better than Matt Moore.
Just a smidgen.
But you know what all the people are saying out there.
What's that?
Why isn't Kaepernick a Dolphin?
Do you want the real answer or the
give
PC
it to him. Give it to him real.
I'm going to tell you, man.
We ain't a PC channel. We got to give it to him real.
We give it live and in full effect. You know what?
Get my censor button ready.
Yeah, get it ready now.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, man, the whole Kaepernick situation, we all know it is what it is. The guy, and don't get me wrong now, I'm as red-blooded as any American out here. I love this country, all that good stuff. In the same token, I do understand there are social issues that we as a people, and when I say people, all of us, because it's a melting pot, but we need to stand up and speak upon. And I think Kaepernick did it. It may have not been the best way to express it, but I think he got his point across. And it's sad because a lot of the NFL owners are afraid to take a chance on a guy who can still play. The guy can still play. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And he's damn sure better than Jay Cutler.
I mean, I can't argue with that too much. I do think that Kaepernick deserves to be in the NFL somewhere.
Right.
He deserves. I mean, he's 10 times better than 90% at least of the backups.
Oh yeah.
Out there.
Mm-hmm.
This is why, if you're asking me, they took Cutler instead of Kaepernick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The PR that comes along with Kaepernick, whether it's positive, negative, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yep.
They don't want any more negative PR there. It just came out in the news today that Jarvis Landry is being investigated for battery. You can see all the press that comes along with the Cowboys, the negative press. Am I saying that this is a negative situation, what Kaepernick has done in the past? No. But some people view it as negative.
Yeah.
So many people right now are trying to find the way to give the perception that everything is good. That they don't even want the opportunity to have something that isn't good in anybody's eyes a part of their team, their organization.
Yeah.
Cutler, he has been good in the past. He just looks like he doesn't give a rat's behind of what's around him, what's going on. Saw the press conference with him today. He's at the podium looking like, 0 Fs were given. I mean, he just signed $10 million.
$10 million.
The dude was standing butt naked on a side of a houseboat or something somewhere a couple months ago, and now he's making $10 million. And he looks like he doesn't even care.
I mean, you give me $1 million, I'm doing cartwheels butt naked in front of Times Square.
Man, I hope that never, ever
give me $1 million, y'all. But still, I mean, number one, the guy is playing a sport that we all grew up loving. You know what I'm saying? Some of us fantasy experts and people out there, we do this not only for fun, it's because we're living through, vicariously. You like that?
Vicariously.
That's what I said.
That's right.
Y'all didn't hear me though. Through these guys, you know what I'm saying? So, but to be able to play on that level, and then you act all nonchalant, like, okay, I'm just here because my wife kind of, said, hey, go play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. And that's where I said I do kind of feel bad for Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
I do think he would have come in with more fire and drive than Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
If I'm the Miami Dolphins, I can see, like I said, why they took Cutler. Mm-hmm. Cutler's going to throw the ball. He's probably going to throw it to the wrong team a lot, but he's going to throw the ball a lot. And they got a lot of weapons.
Oh, yeah.
I think part of the reason is Kaepernick is a running quarterback. I think they feel they have enough pieces in their wide receivers, tight end, and their running back. They don't need a mobile quarterback.
Well,
They want to take advantage of the pieces they got. They don't need Kaepernick out there running around.
yeah,
Cutler ain't going to run.
at all.
At all. I mean, he may not even take his 3, 5, 7-step drop.
Yeah.
I mean, he came in there talking about, he's not in the greatest of shape.
Mm-hmm.
But good thing he's a quarterback. They don't have to run a whole lot.
Yeah.
That was his quote. So I think that they're fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've mentioned before, Big Ben don't look like he's in the greatest of shape either.
Yeah.
But
He's my hero now.
that's right. Playing for all the fat dudes out there.
Exactly.
But, I think Cutler, beneficial-wise for the wide receivers, I think the only thing that you can say about Cutler is he has a tendency to lock on to one wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's always locked onto their number one. Now, the big debate, something we put out on Twitter earlier this week, got a lot of votes, is who's going to benefit from it, Devontae Parker or Jarvis Landry?
Right.
If you ask the mainstream media and everybody talking about it, it's Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
He's going to be the downfield threat that he's going to get to. But my argument is why not Landry?
I think the argument with Landry in time past and now everybody sees him as like a possession receiver. I mean, the dude has got skills on an Odell Beckham type of level to me. So, I mean, he could be used as that number one. He just hadn't had that opportunity, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. And he is. He's a possession receiver. He's not a downfield threat. He's going to get you 90 catches for 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, solid. He's not going to go out and get you 1,815 touchdowns. It's just not going to happen. But I don't see why he can't be the person that Cutler locks onto. Mm-hmm. The vote that we did on Twitter was overwhelming Jarvis Landry. Now, there's a lot of experts and stuff that are out there on our Twitter page that are voting, but I'm not to say that Parker can't have it happen. We've been waiting on his potential for 2 years.
Yeah.
And maybe it was Tannehill's problem. Maybe it wasn't Tannehill. Maybe it is. That's what you get with Parker. Inconsistency.
Well, this is, I have my thing about third-year receivers. So this could be his breakout.
So if he doesn't have it this year, next year you're going to let him go?
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone.
Well, you already know how I do my teams.
Yeah, he don't produce in week one, and he's on your roster. He's probably going to be a free agent.
He's going to be out of here. That's came to bite me, quite a few times there. But I just got something quick to say, man. Since we're talking about Twitter, I put up a little something here earlier today and kind of ranting, venting my you know what? And this is true. One of my biggest pet peeves, man, in this fantasy world, preparing for your drafts and everything, mocking. That's huge. That's big. Dude, why is it that everybody, when you start a mock, you getting all excited, you're going through it. After the first pick, all you see is APs. Just auto. Why even get on a mock and do it if you're going to just pick, your first pick and then leave?
Apparently there's a lot of people out there with so much excess time that they can just go on there and mess with everybody else.
I guess. I mean, I almost had a little chat beef last night with somebody, Yeah, man. They were doing
little online beef.
Saying a few things, yeah, man.
You getting your blood pressure up and everything?
Just a tad bit.
And rub your earlobes.
Hey.
You're good, though.
I'm good now.
You're good, though.
But, just had to get that
was just a side note?
Just a side note.
All right, side note.
If you're listening to this podcast or watching this via YouTube, if you're mocking, and you see Team Galloway, please, whatever you do not
auto pick after round 1.
Yeah, exactly. Finish it, okay?
At least get through a good 8 rounds, 8 to 10 rounds.
Exactly.
That's right.
Help a brother out.
All right. You feel good now?
I'm good.
All right, let's move on. Cam Newton. He's been in the news lately. I know this kind of hits close to home, being that we're in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Cam Newton's shoulder's already hurting.
Man.
All these weapons they've put around Cam this year,
Yeah.
Dude can't even throw now.
It's probably because all that tight-ass clothes he be wearing. That's probably what
I didn't have time to hit my censor button on that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Excuse me, y'all. Man, I got some church people watching this. I'm sorry. Lord forgive me.
No, it is. His outfits aren't helping his game at all. But
yeah,
as far as his shoulder goes, I mean, if it's hurting already, it's not looking good for the year. It's not looking good at all.
And I hate it because, they're developing a lot of talent to go around him. That was the whole plan and aspirations leading into this season is to get him more talent around to help him so he won't have to scramble and run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But, man, if he ain't even throwing the ball,
that's a problem.
That is a huge problem.
That's a problem. That's something we definitely got to keep our eyes on.
Yeah.
They're not coming out and saying anything about it majors yet, but if hasn't even played one preseason game and he's not even throwing yet, there's some trouble on the horizon. More other people in the news. I mean, Quincy Enunwa went down today. Now, my whole thing, and people see this all over social media, I am a big advocate for not owning anybody a part of the Rams, the Jets, the Browns. Just stay away. I know there's a few people that you like on those teams. But, me, Enunwa would have been a late round stash with a chance. I don't think that's a huge fantasy loss. Josh Doxson, already nursing a hamstring issue. This could play out one of two ways. Either one is he's legitimately hurt and here we go again, just like last year. Or two, they're kind of just being precautionary with it. And he's going to sit out a little bit. And for all of us people who actually follow fantasy, his ADP is going to start dropping. And that's somebody you need to look at. Even if anything comes out where he's not out for an extended amount of time, you need to pick up Josh Doxson.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the kid's got so much talent. Coming out of college, they looked at him and said he had a lot of skill sets like a AJ Green. Not saying that he's, as good as AJ because we hadn't seen it, But, in that offense with Terrell Pryor on one end and you got Crowder on the other, Reed in the middle, nice running game, whether if it's still Fat Rob or Shamaje. Kirk Cousins, top 10 quarterback. I mean, he could really flourish if he's healthy. So
pay attention to it.
You gotta pay
if it doesn't come out where he's out for a long amount of time and they're kind of just being precautionary with it, pick up Josh Doxson.
Oh, indeed.
Stash him because he could be huge. And here's a big shocker, I'm sure, to everybody else. Another name that came out the other day, limping off the field. It's already Sammy Watkins time.
Oh, Sammy.
You know what? I was getting close. I was getting close to, hopping on that hype train. I was getting ready.
Oh, man.
I was like, you know what? Maybe I should take Sammy. Maybe this is the year. Nope. Here we go again. All over again. Boom. Deja vu. All over again. And not to say that he's going to be out for a long amount of time, but just the fact that he's already.
Right.
He hasn't even played a game yet, and he's already, nursing injuries. But, I mean, today they also just signed Anquan Bolden, Buffalo. Not that Anquan Bolden's going to go out and be a wide receiver 1.
Right.
But he is a solid wide receiver 2 flex play.
Oh, man.
That's going to get a ton of red zone looks. Always has his entire career.
Yes.
And he's a pro's pro. He's going to go out there and he's going to do whatever it takes to win. He's a good locker room guy to have around.
Oh, absolutely. He's a real value to that team. To Tyrod especially. Tyrod Taylor is a quarterback that I've looked at in later rounds. Of course, here we don't believe in drafting quarterbacks early, and he's one of the guys that I was looking at. Hopefully, if Sammy comes back and he's healthy and they have all their pieces together, Tyrod could be excellent. But Bolden is nice, man.
Yeah, I mean that's a good pickup for him. I mean, it's like I said, he's not going to come out there and take over the team by any means, but he's gonna be solid.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's a lot of news that's been happening. A lot of injuries. It's not going to stop. Games haven't even started yet. We had one Hall of Fame game with a bunch of dudes that aren't even probably going to make a squad.
Didn't know who they were.
Exactly. But, the preseason just now starting. If all these injuries are racking up before the game start, just wait. Man. Big names are coming.
Yeah.
Big names are coming.
It's going to happen.
That's right. Well, one thing I want to talk about today, and we've talked about it in one show before, but need to get a little bit farther in depth with it because draft day is right around the corner.
Man, it's here, dog.
I mean, starting from now for the next 3 to 4 weeks, people are going to be drafting all the time. Yes. Millions and millions of leagues are going to be happening. Yep. Lots of money going to start getting wagered. Ooh-wee. Lots of money. I mean, I saw that research a little while back, $7.2 billion up for grabs this year between fantasy sports for football.
Give me some of that.
I'll take just a small piece of that pie.
Just a smidgen.
That's right. So we want to give you guys a few do's and don'ts.
Yep.
Of your fantasy draft. Like I said, we've kind of covered some of this type before, but we wanted to reiterate a lot of it because draft day it's right around the corner. Yeah. You guys need to pay attention to these follow these. I'm not going to guarantee you, but these are good. This is like the for dummies version.
Yeah.
It's like the Cliff Notes. I like the Cliff Notes in high school.
Dude, I'm telling you something.
People be sitting there reading that whole book. I'd go to the library, get the Cliff Note, read it in 2 hours, and be like, boom, book report done.
I had one better than that.
Uh-oh.
I had a dude named Cliff.
Literally,
that I cheated off of. So
you literally read Cliff's Notes.
Exactly.
That's even more impressive.
Hey, dog. I try to do it big.
Go big or go home.
But you know what, man? So one of the biggest things, that I like to tell, hey, listen, America. Hey, America, I'm talking to you. Listen to this channel. That's the first do. You know what I mean?
We're not just a normal, boring podcast.
Right. I mean, we're going to give you the real. Hey, but we're going to give you the facts. You know what I'm saying? Unbiased, uncut. Sometimes we might slip up a little bit, say the wrong thing. Mama, if you're watching, I'm sorry. But
that's the thing. It's real.
It's real.
It's real. We're not sitting here with a script.
No.
I mean, we got a piece of paper with a couple names on it in case we forget what we're talking about.
Right.
We're not sitting here scripting out a show.
Hey.
This is real sports talk.
Man, my computer ain't even on.
It's just a prop?
It's a prop. Well, we're real now.
I didn't even know that.
Hey, dog. But, that's one of the main things I would say, like I said, of course, tune in because, really, I mean, we love this game. This is something we love to do for fun, but we really put in the time and the effort, to give you guys the real information, you know what I'm saying? So just tune in to us and, we'll give you the scoop, what's going on. One of my biggest things I like to say, I believe in handcuffing, especially if you got a stud RB. If you got somebody like a Le'Veon in time past when he had D'Angelo, whoever you have, especially Derrick Henry and DeMarco Murray, you got to be able to handcuff. That's like your valuable asset, man. You got to have that insurance policy because you never know. The running back position is so vital, and things can happen at a drop of a dime.
And especially for your number one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say you have to handcuff every one of your running backs.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do that. They'll take 2 stud running backs and they'll take both their handcuffs.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand why you're doing it. But at least your number one guy.
Gotcha.
Whoever you take in that first, second round, if you choose to wait around or whatever. Mm-hmm. Say you take, like you said, a DeMarco Murray.
Yep.
Or a LaShawn McCoy. Heck, even a Zeke, a David Johnson, Le'Veon Bell, one of those guys that that's in an offense that's going to produce from the running back position. Wait till the 15th round, whatever it is, right before you take a kicker in a defense and make your last positional player be that backup.
Yeah.
I mean, Jonathan Williams for Shady, he's not going to get a whole lot of touches.
No.
He's really not going to be that valuable to him, and you're kind of going to waste a bench spot possibly.
Yeah.
But look at it this way. If you have a major injury somewhere else in your lineup, you have a guy that is expendable for that time being because not too many people are going to rush out to pick up Jonathan Williams if Shady's healthy.
Exactly.
But if something happens week 1, week 2, you're the smartest guy on the planet.
But think about this now. Since you said that, let me tell you something. I'm talking to America one more time.
America getting a lot of love.
America. Don't be this dude. Don't be the dude that goes, if you don't have Le'Veon Bell and you go out and get James Conner, don't be that guy. Just because I drafted Le'Veon to try to keep him from me. Don't be that dude.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
That's like an unwritten rule.
It's an unwritten rule. Now, one situation I would say that may be different is someone that has standalone value. Like we said, aforementioned Derrick Henry.
Yep. Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, Coleman. I said Tevin Campbell. Remember Tevin Campbell?
Was I born?
Yeah. I think
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, but like you said, though, those guys are going to get points every week. So you can't be mad at those guys.
No.
But if you're going out there and you're taking, Jonathan Williams.
Yeah.
Unless he shows out in the preseason, has zero value pretty much week 1.
Exactly.
Don't go out there and take him just to block him from me.
Don't be that dude.
But somebody's going to do it.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Almost every league, somebody's going to do it.
It's that one guy out there. But I'm going to tell you something else to finish off that handcuff situation. And this is something that a lot of people may not be a fan of with the position of handcuffing, but your wide receivers, like your number ones, say, for example, like Keenan Allen. He's had a history of injuries. AJ Green, he's had a couple years back to back. So when you got somebody that will step up and be that number one, like Tyrell Williams, I would look at maybe getting somebody like that later on. Don't reach for him, but if he falls to you later on, maybe like the 11th round, something like that, might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Absolutely. And I always like to tell people, make sure they have a plan-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, your plan's never going to work out.
Did you just say? Oh, okay.
Yeah, ish.
Okay.
A plan-ish.
Gotcha.
Because you can sit there and mock for 64 days straight, and you can have it planned out. I'm going to take this, and this, and you can feel wonderful.
Yes.
And round 2, it's probably out the door.
Yeah.
More than likely. So just have somewhat of a plan. Don't go in there convinced you're going to get who you have. Mm-hmm. You kind of plan it based by position, kind of. I want to make sure I start off round 1 with a running back. Mm-hmm. Go out there, get the best available running back. All right, well, next round, I want to go heavy RB, so have another one.
Yeah.
Have that type of a plan, but kind of be able to adapt. Mm-hmm. Not just be so focused on what your notes say that you kind of forget what's left on the board. I mean, there's so many people that probably get left on the board just because so many people are focused on a piece of paper or the list that they don't realize that they just passed up on somebody they weren't even expecting to be there because in all their mocks, they were gone 2 rounds earlier.
Exactly.
So make sure you have that plan-ish, and if you ever get in the point of, who do I want? Do I want this guy or this guy? Mm-hmm. I don't know. And this is something I've talked to you about before that I was thinking about doing this year's. Take the guy that you like.
Yeah.
The guy that you don't mind cheering for.
Yeah.
Because if you're not a Cowboys fan and you want to choose between Dez Bryant and Alshon Jeffrey,
right,
and you hate the Cowboys or you like the Cowboys, if you hate the guy, don't take him because then not only do you hate the team that he plays for, then when he stops producing, you're going to hate it even more.
Yeah, that's...
if it comes down to 2 people, take the one that you would enjoy cheering for.
Yeah.
The one that you want to see do good on Sundays, not just taking the, don't take Dez Bryant because he's on the top of the draft board.
Right.
I mean, that's that can get you in trouble, and you can start hating football real quick.
Really fast. Yeah. I agree with that. And like you said, don't get caught up in those big names, especially if you're doing a lot of mocks and everything like that. And, you're focused on a couple of big names and then they happen not to be there. Then you're sitting there looking like, oh, snap, what do I do?
Who's this dude?
Yeah, exactly. And then so you're on the clock and you got to make a decision. Just take a deep breath. Look, sometimes you can look at the best player available. That helps. That's kind of like your safety net in a sense. If your draft strategy kind of goes out of the window and you're looking at 2 different players, you got Jarvis Landry here, or you might have Devontae Adams, for example. If they're all sitting there together, well, which is your better player? Look at the surrounding cast, the situation. In that situation, I may lean towards Devontae because of his quarterback. So just kind of keep that in mind.
Yep, definitely. And as far as things that you want to make sure you kind of avoid, and this is one big thing. I mean, I even went on the internet earlier today just to see if anybody else had talked about this, and everybody's talking about how important paying attention to bye weeks are.
Yeah.
Make sure you're watching your bye weeks. Listen, I'm going to drop a little knowledge here for a second.
I'm listening.
Everybody's got their ears open.
America, listen.
Listen, America. It's not all about bye weeks.
Right.
I don't care if I lose week 8 because I have 8 guys on bye, as long as I'm going to win the other 15.
Hey, simple math right there.
Don't avoid somebody because he's got the same bye week as your running back. Listen, a lot can happen in that amount of time. A lot of things happen with waivers. Yeah. Don't pass on the best person available just because he has the same bye week. Now, do you want the entire roster to have week 8 off? Probably not.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good idea.
I mean, you can look at your calendar. If you're going on vacation with the family over Christmas, take everybody with a bye week that week and not even pay attention to your fantasy team for a week.
That's it.
But, I mean, don't worry about bye weeks that much. So many people get obsessed. Oh, I can't take this quarterback because my running back has that same bye week. Who cares?
Right.
You'll stream somebody that week and you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
And that's the beauty of waivers. You can have a lot of hidden gems and great players out there just sitting on waivers that you can stream for one game that can give you that, value that you need. That's also another thing, when you're talking about bye weeks, I look at strength of schedule. Sometimes that comes into play. but it depends on the person. Now, if you got a David Johnson, Le'Veon, Aaron Rodgers, Brady, some of your top tier guys, whatever position it is, bump a strength of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't, I'm not even worried about that. But now when you got a rookie or some other guys, maybe like a Todd Gurley, who maybe his first 6 games are against tough defenses, Houston.
Sorry. Todd Gurley. Plays for the Rams.
Come on, man. Todd, if you listen to this, man.
Nothing personal. You just play for the wrong team.
I got you. Don't worry about that. Todd will be all right. We can go back to previous episodes. Todd is one of my bust out players of the year. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, strength of schedule. A lot of people look at that and they'll try to justify why taking this player or why not. I don't really look into that. It just depends on who it is. Like I said, typically if it's a rookie, I might, kind of heed that. But if it's a veteran, he's been doing it from, year after year, bump strength schedule, man. So don't let that factor into your drafting strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. And it goes along with a lot of people out there. You were talking about handcuffs earlier. Some people want to go out there and handcuff their kicker and their defense.
Wow.
I mean, listen, you need one.
Yeah.
You need one.
I wish we didn't need the one.
That's been a big topic lately. A lot of people talking about not even why do we do defenses and kickers. But you know what? There's been lots of games I've won by a field goal that I love my kicker.
Yeah.
But you know what? As far as kickers goes, there's really 2 that matter, Gostkowski and Tucker. Yeah. And I can't believe I'm sitting here talking about kickers and their value. But if you don't have one of those 2, who cares? Just pick whoever's available. Defense-wise, there's a couple out there that are going to be solid. Nothing that you can't go stream for a week, or heck, do without it for a week if you like the team you got.
Yeah.
But don't go out there and take 2 defenses. No. Go find some rookies or somebody to stash away that may end up doing something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking at a defense or a kicker probably like 15th round, something like that.
Yeah, the last 2 picks of your entire draft, kicker defense.
Yeah. Don't be that guy that picks a kicker first round.
Yeah. That's awkward.
That's kind of bad.
Yeah, no comment. Yeah, we'll just move on. He's going to get irritated.
Yeah. But I'm going to tell you something, man. One of the biggest don'ts that I would say, we've been talking about a lot of dudes. The biggest don't, and it's a cardinal sin when you're drafting, do not draft a quarterback early. Only way I'd say you could do that if you're in a 2-quarterback league, or super flex, something like that, where you can draft more than one quarterback and it'll be beneficial. But if you're in a 10-man league, half point PPR or even a PPR league like we are, you don't have to take a quarterback early. Even last year, the number 1 quarterback and the number, I think he ended up being number 5 or 6, Kirk Cousins. It was only a few points that separated him from Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And especially if you're in a 10-man league, you're going to have plenty of quarterbacks. The danger in taking a quarterback early, because, a lot of people are going to do it. They're going to see Aaron Rodgers. They're going to see Breeze sitting there.
That's what they're going to be thinking.
Yeah, they're going to be like, oh, man.
Give me an Aaron Rodgers.
I'm going to get exactly. But see, when you take an Aaron at, say, like round 2 or 3, you're going to be passing up on a quality running back. Then you're going to be stuck with getting Adrian Peterson around the 6th or 7th round. So,
And even the 2 players you just named, Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers, they got a lot in common. I know Kirk Cousins does a lot of this. And that's all I care about.
Hey, man.
Give me touchdowns.
Exactly.
I don't care what round I take you in.
Hey.
Score me some points.
It's a lot of quarterbacks that I like in the later rounds. Matthew Stafford, Phillip Rivers, Mariota's going to be great.
Tyrod, like we talked about earlier.
Tyrod, man. It's so many quarterbacks that you can get late. The value is so much better. Now, okay, yeah. If Brady falls 6th round, yeah, okay, I wouldn't have too many, I wouldn't have an argument about that. But still, if you don't load up on your running backs or your skill players, your wide receivers early on, you're gonna be struggling.
I'm
telling you.
Struggling.
From experience. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
So heed my advice. Get your quarterbacks late. Let them other guys get the Aaron Rodgers or whatever early, and you're gonna see how that season turns out. I'm telling you.
That's right. I mean, it is. It's all a crapshoot.
Yeah.
And you kind of like it when people take those people early. It kind of helps you out.
Yeah.
Use that advice.
Exactly.
Lots of advice out there. Yeah. I mean, this is just the basics. This is if you've never drafted before, make sure you follow these 8 to 10, things we just gave you. I mean, otherwise, don't go out there just winging it. Yeah. Unless you don't care about winning, but you play to win the game.
Exactly.
Because losing sucks. I hate losing.
Man.
I hate losing. So you know what? Take the advice. Do what you can with it. I mean, when your draft comes around, you're going to have to adjust and adapt.
Yeah.
I mean, be ready for it and do your research. Watch us. Exactly. We'll tell you all about anybody. You got a question about a guy that you don't know anything about? Mm-hmm. Send us a question.
Yeah.
I will personally take time away from my day, and I will go research that person for you, and I will give you all the information you need. I'll send it to you in an email. I'll tweet it to you. Yeah. We'll talk about it on air. Whatever you want to do. You guys got something you want to talk about? Make sure you let us know. Yes, we'd love to hear from all of you, whether it be Twitter, Gmail. Find us, the Fantasy Headliners at gmail.com, at the Fantasy Headliners, FNTSY Headliners on Twitter. Find us on Facebook. Come talk to us. Get in touch with us. Let us know what you want to hear and what you want us to do the research on. We'll take care of you.
We got you.
That's right. We got your back. Yeah. You hear that, America?
Listen to us, America.
Listen to us, America. All right. That's all we got for the day. Appreciate you all watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you guys later in the week.
Peace.
Later.